vlog entry number 13, Wednesday the 25th of September 2013. Welcome. So, what has been happening since last I made a video? Well, I got a haircut. I've been running around having problems with the local bathrooms. Just gotta do a quick number 2, right? It's the bathroom. Quick number 2, girl. Freaking porcelain hole in the ground. Those porcelain holes in the ground. I mean, who makes those? Who looks at a perfectly normal toilet, the kind of which actually exists here in Japan already, and goes, hey, let's make it a hole in the ground. Call it traditional. See if that helps. Anyway, visiting bathrooms was not the only thing I did between here and the last video I made. I also found myself, once again, back at Kimi Idara. Yep, good old Kimi Idara. We were there to visit the remains of my grandfather, Hariyuki Takaki, again. And we did. We visited his ashes, parked inside that little quaint box. Everything was going normally, as per all the other visits that we'd made previously, but I noticed something when I looked around this time. Coming here so often, you start to notice the new names that get added to the wall. When I first came to visit Ji-san here, the 3 boxes below him were empty, and now they're not. These 2 boxes are entirely new, with new names on them. 5 more people dead. Noticing that 5 other people had died and filling up urns around my grandfather's own urn kind of makes you wonder about a few things in life. How much did these now dead people get to enjoy their lives? I mean, were they happy about how things ended? What they got to experience and how much joy they had? What they got to see? Deep, I know. But these thoughts were what plagued me throughout the following visits. Because Kay and his car were back again, and that means that I don't get to sit around the home and do nothing. We have to go places and see things. And the next thing we went to see was a temple called Nagoro-dera. It is the oldest wooden structure in all of Japan, dating back to the era known as Sengoku Jidai, which was the civil war that Japan fought with itself between its most powerful daimyos back in the 1600s. This hole here, this hole here, among other holes around, in the structure itself are bullet holes left over from the Japanese Civil War in the 1600s, where musket fire made those holes. And because people, so many thousands of people over the years have sticking their finger, as I'm doing now, into these bullet holes, they've become deformed and formed these new type of holes, unrecognizable from the first original bullet holes. However, that one building there does not make up the entirety that is Nagoro-dera. Nagoro-dera contains many different temples located all around a big area, even a monk's monastery and things and stuff. It's a very pretty sight to look at, very peaceful, very calming. Ultimately, I can't help shake the thought that the entire area is focused on religion. The many buildings, the statues, it's all erected, made, built for the purpose of religious worship, a focus on something that isn't life, but rather life after death. A contrast could be this small little mountain called Kagamiyama, located not too far from where my house is.
確かにブラックウッドで書いてる。ブラックウッドビルの中にあるラデラルまあ
It's a beautiful scenery, the view is good, it's isolated, it's beautiful, it's tranquil. You know, it's pretty nice place. Of course, it is a little bit hard to get up there when you're 80 years old, as my grandmother found out. Luckily, Kay and me were there to help her. And by help, I mean Kay helps her up and I film it while laughing on the inside. Ultimately, I kind of enjoy places like those park areas, or park-like areas, where people can come and, you know, spend time with their families, have a picnic, just go out and fish or whatever. Enjoy life. At the foot of this small mountain was another temple, a smaller one. Tamasuji Manjinja, as it's called, is a very small and very old local temple in Wakayama. It has a few features, such as this very old, very oddly looking tree. A very old and very oddly shaped tree, deemed a national treasure by the government. And this taiko drum. A taiko drum. In hindsight, maybe I should have filmed the god's location, because that was kind of pretty to look at, but I felt that was a little disrespectful, maybe. It's a very small, very old and very peaceful site where you as a person could come in, maybe leave a little wooden prayer. Or just sit for a moment, enjoy the peacefulness of that little temple and just do nothing, which is oddly rare around here. Also, the temple has a shrine dedicated to a god of foxes. What does the fox say? God of the fox. But for me, all these places completely blind in comparison to the last one we went to. A place called Bando Koteien. Bando Koteien is stunningly beautiful with the surrounding cliffs, the beauty of this park. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's just lovely. It's a peaceful park where you can host events like grilling parties, just sit around with your friends or your significant other and just enjoy the view. And the incredible view is naturally occurring in that it doesn't need us to build it in order to be beautiful, because the cliffs and the forest look like this. Without our intervention. They just look like that. And so it's also a neutral beauty that one can appreciate without having to think about what it represents, because it doesn't really represent anything, unlike those religious idols and religious temples. For me personally, I can't go into a temple or a church or anything like that and just appreciate the sight of it without thinking about what that represents and what that is trying to make you see. However beautiful a crucifix is, it's still the symbol of the Christian religion and the symbol of life after death. However beautiful, peaceful and tranquil the Japanese Zen Buddhist temples or other Buddhist temples are, they are still symbols of religions that take focus away from people around us, try to make us focus on life after death or the religious life or surrendering things in life in order to reach some higher state of mind. And I don't have anything against people that are Christian or any type of Buddhists or any type of religion and people who confide in these beliefs, but I don't think it's the right way to go. There's something tranquil, something beautiful and something calming about the way the waves hit the cliffs in this park. It's something you can enjoy by yourself or perhaps with each other, but mainly it's something that makes you enjoy life while you live it. And I believe that is important, that we enjoy life while we have it, because one day we're gonna end up names on boxes in temples or names on gravestones in graveyards. Once that happens, it's too late. It doesn't matter how many temples we visited, it doesn't matter what religion we prayed to. By that time, life is over, and your chance to enjoy it is over. It's a place where you can go and enjoy life. You can enjoy the incredible view, the sound of the waves. You can have a barbecue with your family. You can play catch with a frisbee. You can be there and enjoy your existence together with the other people whose company you enjoy. And going back to what I started with in this video, I wonder if those 5 new names on the wall belong to 5 people who did enjoy life as much as they had hoped to do. See, that is some incredibly deep thoughts out of my mouth, at least considering that the car ride that we took to get there looked like this. Mountain rally! Now we have to keep the speed limit. Speed limits? More like fun limits, am I right? And also this was my reaction when I finally had enough of the traditional toilets. Man, I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, fortunately, there's a bathroom right here. I can't wait to...
Gate. Traffic.
It's a bullshit toilet. Maybe my thoughts, however deep, should be taken with a grain of salt.
和歌山県和歌山市